Howdy, folks. How are y'all doing? My name is Cub, and welcome back to our 5-Head Island Let's Play adventure. Now, as you can see, I've done a little bit of work since the last time we were here. I expanded the platform out a bit, added a nice birchwood slab border, and that's about it, except for this additional platform over here, where we're going to be doing a bit of experimenting. I tried to explain what you could do using a bit of dirt and some ancient spores last episode, but I think I did a very poor job of it. So we're going to actually test it today and see if I'm not just crazy and see if this is actually a thing you can do. I think you can put down some dirt, and then I think you can right-click some ancient spores onto that to get mycelium, and then I think you can put a barrel on that, and you can put some water in that. Yeah, look at that, and it'll start transforming into witch water. Now, you can do all kinds of fun stuff with witch water, none of which we'll be doing today. I don't think, unless it comes up. If it comes up in the book, by all means. Eventually, we're going to stop doing what the book tells us to do, and we're going to go rogue. Like, spoiler alert, this is going to be just like in that Star Wars movie, the one about Jyn Erso's dad going rogue and, like, putting a hole in the Death Star, which is like the self-destruct button, and all you gotta do is poke it with a proton torpedo, which, I mean, it's about like bullseyeing womp rats in a T-16 back home, so it's not too difficult. And I've really lost all sense of where I was going with that, but for those of you concerned, we're just gonna follow the book until it runs out of things to do. First off, you're absolutely right, but second, the book runs out of things to do pretty quickly. I mean, after that, you've got obtaining ores, which is very much on the short side, and we're 75% completed with the getting started. In fact, we might even finish it today, since we've done the Witchwater quest already. That really just leaves a flint stiffened mesh, a stone barrel, and a crucible. We're pretty much there. But eventually, this is going to produce us some Witchwater, and what are we going to do with it? You'll see in future installments, I guess is where I was going with that. But hey, it worked, and I'm happy it worked. I'm finally hungry, so here we go. The first meal eaten in this series since we started way back in episode 1. A few days ago. It wasn't all that long ago. And next up on the agenda is to take a look inside of our crest whitening strip book, and figure out where we're going to go next. And I think that it's probably going to be Crucible, because we want to get lava. And this is going to give us a submarine sandwich. This will give us some dark oak saplings. Not too interested in those things. Acacia sapling, I do like acacia wood. It's my favorite. Make an unfired crucible and cook it in a furnace for a crucible. You can place heat sources under the crucible and melt cobble to create lava. Heat sources include a torch, lava, and many modded liquids. Some liquids melt hotter than others, and torches are the slowest. Obviously, torches are the slowest. This is pretty simple, since we already went through the effort to get, where did it go? All of that clay from a previous episode. Oh, there it is, 8 clay. We can combine that with the bone mill to get porcelain clay, which I do believe is a requirement. I don't think we can just do this. No, of course not, because life would be just too easy if we could do that. Instead, we got to make porcelain clay, and then we can turn that porcelain clay here, look at that, into an unfired crucible. Combine that with a couple of sticks, and it'll give us a regular crucible, which we can throw on top of a torch. We've got a torch here. We should probably put one down someplace else for this process, since this is kind of right next to a spruce sapling. I'm not sure where else to put it, though, unless we just continue to try to chalk things in here. Why not? You know what? Let's just see how compact we can build all this stuff. In the future, when we're rich in resources and we have, you know, enough wood to just build all kinds of crazy things off elsewhere, well, then we'll worry about, you know, expanding and not being so cramped. But as of right now, being cramped isn't so bad. Like, worse things could happen. So we got our crucible. We're going to take that out and we're going to throw it up here. And then we're going to break these blocks because it can free float. That's fine. Now, we just need to put some cobblestone inside of there. I don't have any cobblestone handy, I don't believe. One thing we could try, though, is could we put something like andesite in there? Could it be... Hey, we can! Okay, because we're not using the andesite or any of these other things that we've got. Maybe, can we put a bit of granite in there? I'm just assuming these things are going to melt down into lava. I think it takes 4 blocks, so we should be good to go here. Throw in the andesite, and actually, it doesn't look like it's taking andesite, or maybe it's just already... No, it's definitely not full of material. That's not the case. Maybe it doesn't like andesite. Can we put in just pebbles? Can't seem to put in pebbles. Whoa! Oh, you can throw them. Oh, I didn't know that. That's news to me. Well, fortunately, we can very easily and very quickly, hopefully very quickly. He said that with just the utmost faith and sincerity in his voice, even though he didn't actually know if it would work. He is me. I'm referring to myself in the third person in this situation. Don't ask why, I couldn't tell you. Basically, I don't know why. It's just a thing that happened, and we all just need to run with it. Get some more sticks. Get ourselves some planks. I'm going to create another axe here, because it's very tedious cutting down trees by yourself. But hopefully, we'll get some saplings. We'll be able to get the cobblestone. We'll be able to put it... I think we just need one more. I think we just need one more, and we can get our first batch of lava. And once we have our first batch of lava, well, that's when the real fun begins, my friends. That is when the real, honest-to-goodness fun begins. Because that's when we get to start making cobblestone. When we can start making cobblestone... Oh, man. Well, it's a whole new world opened up to us at that point, really. Alright, so we have enough cobblestone in there now to create our first vat of lava, which is pretty exciting, except for I searched lava and it turns out the only way we can get it out of there appears to be with a bucket of lava. Now, I haven't actually, like, 100% confirmed this, but if we take a look inside of the quest book, it definitely doesn't give us any suggestions on how else to do it. Stone barrel, act just like wooden ones do. Except you can place lava in it. You can right-click on various liquids with various items to create other resources. Right-click on a stone barrel in JEI to see its uses. One thing I know we can do with it is if we have a stone barrel with some lava in it, you can right-click it, redstone, and it'll give you some netherrack. That's handy, but if we can't get it out of there, we're going to be in a tough pickle, and it looks like we're headed toward a tough pickle. Now, one of the things we would eventually like to build, in fact, we would like to build it very quickly, is a cobblestone generator. And I think we can just type in stone generator and it should come up right there. Boom, cobblestone generator. It only holds 32 blocks, but makes one cobblestone block every 40 ticks, so it's pretty quick. And the recipe isn't really all that bad. It's only going to need a bit of water and a bit of lava. However, it does require that we actually have 2 buckets to hold that water and that lava. If you see here, it doesn't show the option to use any other type of bucket to hold this stuff. Ooh, I didn't know we could create a crafting table and a stick. That's a thing we should do, definitely. But yeah, so that means that we're going to have to make some iron, and we're going to have to find the iron. And to find the iron, oh boy. So I've been looking around up here, and really, there's no obvious way to do it, so I'm feeling that we should probably maybe reference the book here, because I noticed that back here where it says obtaining ore, maybe, yeah, okay, so here we go. It is giving us the option for different critters, and which critters will spawn what. So, okay, cool. We'll get iron drops from zombies. Zombies drop iron, copper, and very rarely cowbait. I almost thought that was cobalt, but spelled wrong. But no, it's definitely spelled right. It's just not cobalt. It's cowbait. So, I mean, I was hoping to finish this little line here. Like, for instance, flint mesh will be used to gather more recesses than what the string one can. You can upgrade the mesh with iron and diamonds. You can also enchant mesh. Well, fantastic. Can't really do that one yet either, because we don't have any flint. And I think we can probably sift cobblestone to get flint, I believe it is. But in order to do that, we'll have to have more cobblestone, which means we need to get those irons so we can get the cobblestone generator. You can manually generate cobblestone if you want to put the water down, the lava down, and hit it with a pickaxe. But who's got time for that? We're living in a busy world. We got to get things done quickly, which means we're going to need to build a place for monsters to spawn. Unfortunately, I know how to do that. And I know how to build one relatively quickly. We don't have a whole lot of resources here, but we're going to make it work. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to convert all of this into slabs. And that's going to be the foundation of this darn thing. And then I guess we'll build it, because I think jungle wood is the next thing we have the most of. Yeah. So I guess we'll build it out of jungle wood. And I'm going to be walking you guys through how to build a pretty compact and very robust monster spawner. First things first, we want to make sure it's about 20-25 blocks away from our spawn block, which I remember is this one. You may remember that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And we just want to go off in this direction. So was that 13? So 14, 15, 16, 17. Oops, Dad, burn it. Alright, so this should be sufficiently far enough away. And we don't want to make it super big. Like, a bigger one would be nice, no doubt. But we have limited resources, and really, we don't need to spawn all that many critters. As long as we keep, like, a steady supply of whatever we spawn in here, we should be good. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I guess we'll do the same off in this direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. And then inside of there, we're going to place down these blocks. And this is going to be what the critters are actually going to spawn onto. Fantastic. And we want to make this too wide, I think, is going to be good. I think any more than that might just be a waste. So it should be 6 long, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, 8 long definitely is what I meant. And we'll make it 2 wide. Not too wide to say that it's far too wide. Not T200, but TWO. 2 blocks. If you make it too wide, TOO, then you're not going to be able to get all the resources out of it. TO wide doesn't make any sense. You want to make sure you have the W in there somewhere. Okay. You might have to build a extra row out from around the base. I'm trying to remember. I think I normally do. So you probably are supposed to. We've got enough resources for it, so we're not hurting for resources at the moment. All right, so now we need to create the edges, and I'm actually going to go ahead and plant those into the ground here. Not a necessity, but this is just the way I've always done this design, so I guess that's the way we're going to do it today. But we're going to put the first one down here, and then we're going to put one on each corner. Now again, these corner pieces going into the ground isn't necessary. You have to have them for the walls, but you don't actually have to have them buried into the ground. That's just an aesthetic choice. I'm going to go 4 up on here. We want to have enough space in here for an Enderman to spawn. So you want to have at least 3 spaces of air on the inside. You can go higher than that if you have the resources for it. By all means, don't let your dreams be dreams. You do what you want to do. It's your thing. Do what you want to do. Ba-dow, ba-dow, ba-dow. It's a song. All right, so now we want to block off the sides like so. That's actually a bit too low. I'll explain why here in a second, but let's go ahead and break these out. You want to be able to... Whoa! Okay. Hi, Windows Update. Now's not a good time. I am in the middle of something, but thank you for your offer. Get out of here. Okay, now I did just realize that I'd made a mistake. This needs to be a level higher. My bad. I always get a bit confused when building in either a sky factory or something like this where you're using half slabs. This does need to be a block higher than you. So the idea is it's at like sword swinging height, so pretend this is a sword. You want to be able to look over the head and hit the creature's feet. So if that's the case, we're going to need to make the roof a block higher so that Enderman can still spawn in here. But that's not like a major issue. We can do that. We just need to go get a few more resources. I am concerned if we leave here now, monsters will spawn because it is nighttime. But if we book it over here and take a nap real quick, maybe we can avoid that. Hopefully we don't turn around and there's monsters there. No, none good. Take a quick nap. And then I'm going to gather up some more wood. Okay, we seem to be fine. And I think jungle wood is actually what we need. So how fortuitous. I'm also going to go ahead and, while I'm over here, I'm going to create some ladders so we can get to the top of this thing and do maintenance if necessary. It's come to my attention that it might also be a good idea to put a torch on top of this roof, or otherwise just put down some half slabs on the roof so that things cannot spawn up there. And if that's the case, we're going to need roof access. Also, I don't know how long we're going to be building over there, but maybe it'd be a good idea to make another crafting table just to have over there so we don't have to come over here to craft in the future. So we'll get another one of those and we'll take it over there with us. And I wonder if it would hurt to build it into this thing. Like if I was to put it in just right here, I bet that would be okay. I mean, it would stand out, definitely. But then we're also going to put some ladders on it, so maybe it'll be fine. And then we'll go up top, and then this is going to be simple. We'll just do this number, and then that way the roof is a bit higher, and we don't have to do any additional work there. We don't have to actually raise all these supports along the sides up any. Alright, so now we want to finish going around with the blocks of wood that we've got left. And filling in these gaps. Looks like we might have just barely enough. Yeah, there we go. We got a few left over. Now we want to get these slabs that we've gotten. I'm going to use a different colored slab here for no other reason than the fact that this is what I have on my hand. And who knows, maybe it will look good aesthetically. I don't think the jungle wood and birch wood actually look good together at all. I think that they clash horribly, and this is going to be really ugly. But it'll work for now. So if we take a look at it, and we tap F7... Yep, it's all red in there. So red means that monsters will spawn in there during the day and the night. So tap F7 to clear that. And if we've done it all correctly, if it's far enough away from the bed and the spawn block, it should... The bed has nothing to do with it. If it's far enough away from the spawn block, though, it should begin spawning monsters. Now I'm just putting some blocks up here so we can keep monsters from spawning on the roof, because that's not where we want them. That would actually be counterintuitive to this whole thing. And, ooh, phooey. Okay, it's fine. We can make some more here. I brought the extra birch wood. And we built this crafting table. So we can create some more birch slabs. And again, this is a clashing color scenario. I realize you don't need to tell me in the comments. It looks ugly. I didn't anticipate having to build this today. I didn't think we would need iron. I thought there would be a different type of device for holding lava. But I was wrong. I was in the wrong there. My mistake. Alright, now, here we go. Entering once again into the world of theory and hope. And actually, that doesn't look too terribly bad. At a distance, it almost looks like brick and wood, which is nice. But if we just leave that alone for a bit and we just kind of ignore it and pretend it's not there. Look at that! It worked! Oh man, I'm actually kind of not surprised because of course it worked, but you know, I just figured we might have some. Whoa, look at that! Alright, so the advantage with this is we can... Oh, snap. I didn't think they would be able to get out of it. I did not anticipate that being a problem. That's never been a problem before. I've never had spiders sneak their way out of it. Get out of here, you little nasty! Alright, cave spiders, a problem. Oh, goodness, I need to remember that this is version 1.10. Or actually, I think it's 1.11. What version? It's probably 1.10. Anyway, it's got the adventure update combat, and I'm not used to that, so I've got to recondition myself. But the advantage to this is you can pop under here, you can hit them in the legs, and they can't retaliate. Now, there's one disadvantage, and that is if you have a creeper in here and you get close enough, you can see they do get aggroed, and if there's a creeper in here, well, they're going to come right out after you, and they're going to blow up. So definitely be aware of that. That is a thing that can happen. But also, it shouldn't be too big an issue. You know, again, just don't get that close, and you shouldn't have any trouble. Now, you can see we can easily collect their items when they drop. If there's something that falls maybe over there and we can't reach it. Is that a... It's making pig sounds, but I think it's just a regular zombie. I can't tell. But if something falls over there and we can't reach it, we can just walk around to the other side and collect it. So perfect. So that actually worked out really well. And again, here's hoping. Gold. That's not iron. That's not what we needed. It's handy, don't get me wrong. It's very handy. I'm happy to have gold. I mean, at some point in the future, we'll need it. Not right now, though. Let's grab some apples. I think we kind of have to ignore this thing for monsters to spawn in there. Like, if you're looking at it. Yeah. Looks like we got a creeper there. So, I mean, what are our uses here? What can we do with this gold? Is there, like, a better way to process it that'll maybe double our resources? A pulverizer, obviously, is going to do that. But is there, like, a hand crank or something we can do? No, there's not. Well, hold on. There's more options here. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, we got a quartz grindstone. So, if we don't have power, we can use the quartz grindstone. But I think you actually have to, in order to build that, have quartz. Yeah, which we don't have. Getting it's not difficult. We just have to sift some crushed netherrack. Which is, just some, yeah, okay, so we can get netherrack, but we have to get redstone first, so it's a bit out of the question there for us. Okay, well, I guess this is just a matter of waiting it out, I suppose, right? Like, we just keep coming back, and there will be new monsters in there, so creepers, let me show you how to deal with those. They won't aggro as long as they don't see you, but if they see you, see what I mean? Oh, they get right up and excited about the prospect of cooking your corpse. They get real excited about that. But if you just keep your distance here, and you don't get too close to aggro them, or if you do aggro them, you get away in time. Not that big an issue. Dealt with. Look at that. Got another zombie? Perhaps you'll be the one? Have you got the iron? I only need 6 pieces. Looks like it just dropped some flesh. I do see that the creeper dropped what looks like an ore, though. Well, it looks like it dropped redstone. No, aluminum. Okay. Creepers drop aluminum. Pigmen drop gold. I guess that was a pigman we killed. We also got some sulfur, which is handy. What we need, though, is iron. And I guess that's going to take some time. So, again, this is just like last episode. Once I cut out all the non-speaking moments, I don't know how long this episode is going to actually be. Hopefully it's been long enough, though, because I'm going to go ahead and go, and I'm going to spend some free time here just collecting resources out of here. And maybe, just maybe, we'll get lucky enough to get the device that we needed. The iron that we needed. So until next time, thank you folks for watching. I hope you're enjoying this. I know it's a little bit out of the ordinary. It was not a pack that people were asking for, but it was one that I was interested in playing. And if you are enjoying it, let me know. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye!